That's the damage right there, ripped open all along there.
Yeah, so
the handle, I guess, came off right here when that was running.
It's not. I guess for some reason you don't need it all the time or something, but the handle right here flew off and ruined.
When that was running, and that.
Try turning it on and see.
Okay, so MōVi, we assumed that having that handle on the front meant the handle will stay in place while we're running, not it'll come out that easily. Let me try that again to show you. And yoink.
Great piece of equipment. It's just
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of loose in there. That's nothing really keeping that tight. Okay, MōVi, whoever makes MōVi.
Yeah, one complaint, MōVi.
Something to keep in mind is this does not seem to tighten. There's no thread, nothing. It fell when Matt was running with a 5D and this very expensive lens.
It's a 24 to 105 zoom lens from Canon.
And it there, you can't see it now, but it was torn, like ripped open right here. Oh man.
This seems to be distorted, perhaps. Maybe this is just not the right one. I don't know. That hurts me. This hurts me. It's one my baby's got. It feels like the body's fine.
It's a pretty sturdy camera, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't. When I looked at it, when I first looked at it, I thought I saw shattered glass everywhere.
Yeah, that's. Oh, you can hear some element of the lens is loose. And I generally feel that even though it got working, and it saves money by not having it with some kind of computer control or lining up with markers or anything, but it does seem like it would be easier to get everything balanced and weighted if there was some kind of presets you could use, like either press a button and a computer balances the camera or something like that, or even a lever like you can crank to let the camera move up and down, left and right, you know, tilting, whatever, with even force applied by the lever instead of your hands, because it's so tight sometimes you kind of have to jam it or push it forward or back, and you just kind of have to hope the camera lands where you want it to be weighted properly. Now again, we got it working. I know it would be more expensive to do that, to have some kind of computer controlled, like a automatic car seat, or like even a manual car window that you roll and it applies an even amount of force. But even so, it seems like that would have made balancing it a lot easier. Now we got it balanced and then it was fine, so obviously if we can do it, Matt saved a bunch of money with the rental, because I'm sure it would have been more expensive, but it's something to think about.
Yeah. The camera's good. I thought there might have been something in there, but it was just on the lens here.
That's good.
So the camera's fine. The body is durable. It's good. It says a lot about Canon, I'll tell you that.
Well, the 5D, not so much the T3i, T2i.
Right. It's a clean cut. It's not all the way broken off, which is great. Nothing's really looks like it's shattered. No glass is broken. So this feels like we can probably get it fixed, which I will have to spend money on. Oh, so when that shit fell, dude, it did something.
No, there's got to be a shot after that, right?
Yeah, it's this.
No, because remember we stopped recording, and then when the camera went back on, it had all the menu stuff.
That's all we got.
What?
Because we kept rolling.
Wow.
See, but this close-up stuff, like I like this.
Oh, okay.
Like this is cool. Like that's why like a 50 or even an 85, if we're going into like a real. The MōVi can work with a zoom lens.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, that was so tight.
Yeah, and I really like how
It's just
I
impossible.
really like how that smooth movement
Yeah.
in tight spaces works, especially when you're tight
Yeah.
on something. You know, again, like the MōVi is something that's not made for. It's only if you're gonna go out to, like, let's say a parade or something like that. It's good for like a roving camera, like for a wide lens. But for things for movie making, it's real. Like what I think it makes it really good is that it's intimate, and you can, but it also you can give like movements, but it can be in like you can use a photo lens of some sort, like or portrait lens of some sort, like an 85. And if you're really specific about what the shot is, you can get some really good footage, and you can be really fast. Before this came out, when did this come out? Like in 2012?
I don't know.
Just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago, a shot like that, like pushing in on something very close, took 2 hours. Took 2 hours to get right for a film. But now you can do that in like that in 5 other shots, and with multiple takes within that same amount of time. So it really speeds up the process, especially for independent filmmaking, where you don't have a lot of time to perfect shots. You have to keep going, and you got a lot of shots you got to get in one day, because you just don't have the luxury of doing it for 6 months. So to have this at your disposal, yeah, it's $5,000, but it really is worth it. Like it definitely, you know, can do what it needs to do. And also, if you just rent it, like I rented this for it's Wednesday today. I have to return it by the end of Monday, and it was only $600. And that's including stuff I'm not even I'm gonna use, like the follow focus, all that stuff. Like I'm not really even gonna use that. Although you probably would need to use it if you're gonna do like a production like we were gonna do. So all that together, you know, with some adjustments and some, you know, trying to figure out some things, like it's a good product to have. To shoot a professional movie when you have a low budget and no time. I mean, so I'm even like, and this is coming from a guy who broke his lens using it. Like, I still think it's a good thing. So I like it.
It was it does go up and down a little bit like this, like kind of like simulating footsteps. Well,
Yeah.
it was from footsteps. This it doesn't completely do away with.
And
So
I
you
think
kind of have to
I
walk,
think you can calibrate it. But yes, also it's like
walk
that's
heel to toe.
Exactly.
Go smooth, like when you're walking.
Right.
Let your arms and body absorb the motion. Don't move with your
Yeah.
whole body, because it will. It does show a little bit of that. You can see.
and on a production where you're doing a film shoot or whatever, you're gonna walk heel to toe, and that's the thing. Like, but that's all you need to do. Walk heel to toe, and you get that bumpiness out. We were trying to test it. We were trying to see, like, you know, if we just walked normal, like not really giving a shit really about like how we're walking and all that, and see how smooth it was. It was still pretty smooth, even with just that little like shaky, bumpy stuff. Like, it was okay. I mean, it definitely wouldn't use it for, you know, a narrative, but like, you know, yeah, if you just take just walk really slowly with it, or, you know, even if you're walking fast, just
It'd be interesting to get the operator in a wheelchair and just push him around in that, because I would bet
that'd be super smooth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's two
that would
smooth
pretty
things together. Yeah, that's pretty much completely make everything
eliminate
good.
any bump and jitter. Also, the follow focus couldn't be fastened on with this setup, because the rods had nothing to. Well, they were
Right. So we got a wireless follow focus from Red Rock, and Red Rock obviously isn't with the MōVi people, but I rented the MōVi. I think the only way you can get we needed to get a rod right near where the follow focus was to get a wireless follow focus, because it's really hard to focus using the MōVi, because it's not the focus is not by your you really can't focus. You need to have something else happening. So a wireless follow focus is really good for a MōVi. And I'm fascinated to hear if there's anyone out there that's figured out how to do follow focus. I know that you could probably just, if you have your own MōVi M5, you can weld a rod to the bottom of it.
Yeah. We basically couldn't fasten the follow focus to the MōVi rig. It's not like a regular, like a shoulder mounted rig or something.
Yeah.
Where it was designed to have a follow focus on it.
Yeah, and it's in like usual regular shoulder rigs. They're designed to actually add rods or subtract rods very easily. This one does not, even though it is rod based. I mean, like, it's just the whole casing is all nothing but rods, but they don't have extra stuff. So you'd have to really kind of think about how to do that, and I'm sure you can. We just haven't figured it out yet. But anyway, like that, if you can somehow get a wireless follow focus on top, that we got Paralinks, which we still haven't figured out how to use, but if you can get that to work, you can follow focus on this TV while someone's working in the other room. Even so, it's like almost like playing a video game if everything's set up well. So it's a lot of equipment, but it's fairly easy to set up. Once it is set up, it's pretty quick. Pretty quick moving. You can get your shot, move on.
And the monitor didn't seem to affect the balance at all. Like when you put it on the actual,
on the handle,
sort of,
like you can do whatever you want on that.
Didn't really affect anything. Yeah, that's not what's balanced really.
Yeah, that's a plus. The fact that doesn't need to be balanced, or whatever weight you put on that doesn't have any effect on the gimbal itself. So,
all right, but what the hell is this MōVi? What this?
That's really dangerous.
Heinous. That is ridiculous. And there's no thread. It doesn't screw in. I don't see anything that locks in anytime. Maybe you can screw these in. No, I don't. No, the screws I don't think go in any tighter.
Yeah, that's
these right here. Yeah, that's how the camera fell and the lens broke.
Let's see here. Everything looks okay. I mean, it's rubber and it's black, and yeah, I mean, like they're not gonna really care about like just wear and tear. So this was. I'll say one thing. This thing is pretty durable.